What's up, guys? Welcome back to TheReviewSpace, and today I'm going to review the battle King of the Dot with Head Ice against Pat Stay and World Domination 3, I believe, in Toronto. So let's begin. Alright, round one. Head Ice actually starts it off, and so he goes after Pat Stay with the Pat Stay rhyme scheme, so words that rhyme with Pat Stay and things like that. And then he also had some wolf references. He had a Timberwolf logo on his shirt. I don't know, is he from Minnesota? I'm not even sure, but anyway. And he said stuff along the lines of we're nothing alike line. I thought that was kind of cool. It's like, you know, you kind of sound black, but we're nothing alike. Look into your eyes. Lots of multi-syllabic styles in there. Although I did find it a little bit hard to follow, to kind of understand everything that he's saying. You know, coming from a suburban dude like me. You know what I mean? It was just kind of hard to make out the stuff that he was saying. A lot of slang, a lot of kind of wordplay in there, and I just kind of, it's a little bit harder to understand this street style. Most of it was, you know, referring to Pat Stay's lack of credibility, I guess, lack of street cred. He got some comedy in there. He got a nice mixture of comedic stuff in there. He also had this really good gun potty training line. That one got a really big reaction from the crowd. Probably his biggest punchline in that round. Alright, so overall, yeah, I mean, it was a pretty good round from Head Ice, but personally for me, I wish I could have understood it a little bit more. You know, it was just a little bit hard to follow what he was saying. Okay, so we go to Pat Stay's verse in the round one. He starts it off with some of his personal bio, addressing, you know, his shock rap only image and how people only think, oh, this guy's only a shock rapper. But he goes, you know what, the people that you put up against me, you know, they're the heroes anyway, so you know what, I'll just say whatever comes to my mind. And I like that. You know, he kind of just established that, hey, I'll say whatever. I'm not gonna, you know, you can be offended with it, but I'll say whatever comes to my mind. I'm gonna be as vicious as I want to be, and that's kind of cool. He also had this great Bruce B. heroine line. That was kind of cool. Had this autistic respect, dog respect. You know what I mean? Like, even autistic people come up to him and you know, show him respect and love, despite his, you know, I guess mentally challenged lines against Marv 1 especially. He had a great Kobe Bryant rhyme scheme in there. You know, move to Somali pirates, skin wolves, rockin' fur for survival. That was really cool, and it just flowed really nicely, that multi-syllabic scheme. But it was a build-up, you know. It was a nice snowball effect of just multis that kind of switch from different imagery to different imagery, but maintaining this sort of viciousness, this very clear style, this clear vocalization of his rhyme scheme. And he has a visual imagery that is kind of silent as well. Not silent, but calm and collected, you know, and I kind of enjoy that. It's easier to make out what he's trying to say. And then he also had, it felt kind of short though, the round itself. The round one of Pat Stay felt a little bit short, but it came off very strong. The winner of that round though, first round, I gotta give it to Pat Stay. Alright. Let's move on to round two. Head Ice fires back with some random punches, you know, like drag queen and stuff like that. He also had a funny looking like a body line in there. You know, you're not gonna catch a body, but this body. He had a fork that, cork that, boss back schemes in there. That was pretty cool. Hollow hand, getting stoned, big reaction. You know, that was a line that the crowd really kind of reacted towards and really got engaged in. I really didn't get it though, because I didn't really watch a lot of King of the Dot in the past. I don't know much about Hollow Hand. Haven't seen a lot of his battles, and I don't know the story behind him and Pat Stay. So moving on, we got he had a good reversal of "He Mad Right Now," which is what Pat Stay did to Marv 1 in their battle. So he mad right now, rap schemes, you know, looking like a that right now, that right, you know, that was kind of cool. He had a great line, tell this hash brown if he a class clown shouldn't play grounds around the school today. That was really cool, man. That was probably one of the most creative rhyme schemes of the whole battle. I really enjoyed that. Maybe a little bit underrated too. The crowd didn't really seem to react as loudly as I kind of expected him to. Overall, a pretty decent second round from Head Ice. Although I felt that maybe he could have had a little, a couple more harder punchlines in there. Alright, moving on to second round of Pat Stay. He fired off a Forrest Griffin, Otis Nixon line in there. Boneless chicken, spiced, go to prison for life, and that was kind of cool. He would end that ice kind of, doing a mockery of Head Ice's, I guess, catchphrase. Pat Stay also had this great setups. That's the thing with Pat Stay. He has great setups that can be very comical with their imagery, and it's like he would say the first initial line to set up his bar, and it would be funny to begin with. He would just set it up so creatively, and you're hooked right away at what he's gonna say next. He also had like old man in the hood stories to tell, boring as hell. So that was really, he went after his age and the comparison to like an old fogey, old geezer from the hood telling all kinds of crazy stories. He also had this like he's an animal born with a tail. That was really a really good, funny, another creative punchline from Pat Stay. It's musical electric chairs when he went to jail. And then he went after addressing Head Ice's like questionable supposed felony, being a gangster or whatever, an OG or something like that. And he kind of portrayed this ridiculous imagery of how Head Ice completely got around the judicial system, and even like they would play the WWF music entrance when he walks to court, all due to him being like this snitch guy, and he's not really this credible street thug, I guess. And Pat Stay was just very consistent with some really strong punchlines mixed with this very consistent visual storytelling, and not his presentation, but more his lyrics. They really hit hard. Overall, I thought the winner of this particular round, I gotta give it to Pat Stay. I felt Pat Stay's lyrics a little bit stronger, even though Head Ice actually did pretty decent. Alright, round 3. Okay, let's see. Hold on. Move up. Alright, so third round of Head Ice. He had some funny lines about Pat's girl being manly. Even Pat Stay was laughing his ass off. This was the point when even Pat was reacting, and I don't know if he was drunk or something, and he was just like, wow, this guy's hilarious. But he also had this like, hope you die with hands in her dick and her hands on your tits. That was kind of pretty funny too. And he also had this line about your butt's moist, or butt moist, wave to truck noise, comical imagery, and that was just, man, it was just so funny from frickin' Head Ice. He also had like a lot of G lines, what I'm saying, like, I park and walk to a homicide, and had all these different wordplay style and the smooth kind of, I don't know what you call it. It's just a smooth style. This comes across as very relaxed and confident, kind of almost easygoing with his style. Head Ice also had this like really confident body language, and he seemed to like dance around Pat Stay almost. His swag was just so collected. Alright, and Pat Stay's third round, his final round. So Pat Stay, he calls Head Ice's girl like Giant Gonzalez, firing back with a wrestling reference. There seems to be a lot of these pro wrestling references from Pat Stay. I mean, I don't know, he must be a big WWF fan, I guess. And he had this, really good video game reference scheme in there, Xbox, PS2, smooth game analog, and referring to Head Ice's girl or whatever. That was kind of funny and creative. And he also had this really hilarious, I want to know why you keep getting me these old guys. It seemed like he was, he's battling these older battle rappers, these vets, I guess. And he also said, yeah, you're looking for a problem, you struck a gold mine. Man, just a lot of great wordplay, and just, I guess you could call them, you know, similes, I guess. Lots of punches. He also mentioned Math Hoffa, gave him a pot shot too. Maybe Pat Stay wants to battle Math. You know, maybe it was all because of the Marv 1 battle. I mean, who knows? That's kind of weird, but it'd be nice to see a battle between those two, because Math actually bodied not Thesaurus, but Iron Solomon. So it'd be kind of cool to see that dynamic. Two guys who are considered, like, I don't know, kind of vicious and just kind of... they both have like this, almost like a mean, tough guy kind of thing, Math and Pat Stay. And they're both tall guys. So it seems like, wow, this guy's such a badass. But they can be very comical with it. Very, you don't expect that style to be present. Like, you don't expect them to be as funny as they are, or sarcastic. Alright. He also had like this, I like how he ended it. Click that trigger, lying ass, bitch ass. And then he goes, time. And that was funny. Just before he said the N-word, which was basically implied. Pat Stay cuts himself off before actually saying it. The winner of this one, though, I gotta give this round a tie. So, I mean, it was very solid performances from both guys. Overall, I'd probably edge it to Pat Stay. Just overall, the battle itself, he was just a lot easier to understand. He was a lot more clear, you know, to kind of digest what he was saying. I think most of the battle, just for me, I couldn't really understand what Head Ice was referring to half the time, and making out his lyrics. I know there's a lot in there, but it's just like, I'm just not used to that style, that way of speaking. Pat Stay had some great punches and visual imagery. His eyes, I don't know what it is with Pat Stay's eyes. He seems like teary half the time, you know what I mean? Like, the guy's tearing up, maybe because he's drunk or something, and his voice is almost slurred, kind of sounding voice, and he's got this really thick East Canadian accent, and instead of saying bar, in the burr, you know. Head Ice, though, he had a few amazing and unexpected battle rhymes. Haven't seen too much of his battles, honestly. Good sense of humor, and a sense of this mutual camaraderie with his opponent, so there's kind of this mutual respect there. I really dug that. It's not the usual Pat Stay tension-filled match where it seemed like his opponent is always pissed off at him. Pat Stay, man, he had many multisyllabic schemes. He has like this silent rage composure. I don't know if you guys know about silent rage, but NXT. While Head Ice he's got this retired gangster swag and very consistent, maintained his presence in the battle. So, the winner, I gotta give it to Pat Stay. So that's it for this review of the Head Ice versus Pat Stay King of the Dot matchup. Thank y'all for watching, and till next time, it's the Review Space. Ciao.